Hello, this is Peggy. I'm here with Stephen Kamau, owner of Exellion Group, an insurance agency specializing in commercial trucking insurance. We're in Dallas, Texas. Today we're going to answer a few questions concerning your insurance needs and also see how we can better serve you. How are you today, Stephen?
I'm doing very well, Miss Peggy.
Oh, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
I do have questions actually. What is auto liability coverage?
That's an excellent question, Peggy. Auto liability, as the name suggests, is liability insurance that is needed to cover autos. There are very many types of vehicles that can be covered. Today we are talking about commercial trucking vehicles. And so in that context, auto liability is the coverage that is mandated by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, FMCSA, and they are the federal government, and this is for interstate trucking. Interstate meaning that crossing from one state to the other or crossing state lines. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration has mandated that various units have to have specific coverage. For example, if it's a cargo van, it has to have 300,000 worth of coverage, and this is the combined single limit. If it's a box truck or a straight truck, the unit has to be covered with 750,000, and if it's an 18-wheeler, 750,000. However, for the purposes of the trucking business, many brokers will not issue their cargo to truckers when they have the 750,000, and they will therefore require the trucker to have $1 million worth of coverage. Now, I know a lot of people think that they are required to have $1 million worth of coverage, but that is not the case. They need to have 750,000 as per the FMCSA. However, what the FMCSA mandates is different from what the brokers who are actually doing the business require. And so that is basically what the government has asked motor carriers to have in terms of coverage, so that they can protect other road users and road assets, such as a vehicle hitting a median and ruining public assets. That $1 million that 750,000 or 300,000 is a federal requirement for anybody involved in interstate commerce. There is also intra, meaning within the state, whichever state you're in. And those requirements are much less than what I just talked about. We will go over those in another video. However, it's good to know that in whichever state you're operating, if you're not going with outside the state, you are required to get in touch with your state's Department of Transportation. In Texas, where we are, it will be TxDOT, who regulates intrastate commerce. If it's businesses such as towing businesses, then the TDLR would be the regulator for that. But here in this video, I am talking about the Federal Motor Carrier, which is the interstate trucking auto liability requirements.
Excellent. Okay. Well, what is physical damage coverage?
Physical damage covers the entire, for lack of a better word, physicality of the vehicle. The perimeter, anything within the perimeter of that vehicle is covered, and it is covered for the amount of the value of the vehicle. Physical damage covers the vehicle against certain perils. In the insurance world, we call them perils, and these will be theft, things like being involved with an accident, and ensuring that your vehicle is covered, not the other person, such as we suggested with auto liability, but this is for your own vehicle. Hence, it is called comp and collision, comprehensive and collision. And the comprehensive covers the vehicle comprehensively, as the name suggests, against any peril that can occur. If the vehicle burns, if the vehicle slides or skids in snow and ends up in a ditch, if the vehicle is vandalized. I've had instances where insureds have called in to file claims because their vehicle had parts removed, the gearbox was removed, the catalytic converter was removed, and so that is what the physical damage comprehensive portion will cover. The collision would be for the collision, accident happening, and your vehicle being covered.
Excellent. What is cargo insurance coverage?
Cargo, as the name suggests, cargo is whatever you're hauling onto your vehicle. Cargo, typically the limits are 100,000, and this is to cover whatever you're hauling. You're given a load by a broker. You yourself probably manufacture your own company's goods. So whatever you're hauling. It is interesting to note that sometimes limits can exceed the mandated 100,000, yes, and they can go to 150 or even 250, sometimes even 500,000, depending on what you're hauling. You can imagine if you're an auto hauler, every unit that you're probably hauling for a new car is approximately 30,000 per vehicle. If you're hauling 8 of them on 9 of them, then you easily exceed the 100,000. So it is insurance designed to cover the cargo that you're hauling, and that is determined by your broker, determined by what you're hauling. So that's cargo coverage in a nutshell.
Okay. Well, what is non-trucking insurance?
Non-trucking liability insurance or bobtail insurance is insurance that is designed to cover a vehicle when it is not on assignment. For example, if the vehicle is detached, the trailer is detached from the power unit, then we say that it's bobtailing because there's no tail. And in that case, though it is not being used for business purposes, it is still on a public motor roadway. And so that is the non-trucking, as the name suggests, non-trucking coverage that covers the unit when it's bobtailing or when it's deadheading. Deadheading meaning that it still has the trailer attached, but it's not carrying anything, and the trucker might need to get home or use that truck not necessarily on company time. So that's what it is in a nutshell.
Okay. Now, what is general liability coverage?
General liability coverage is coverage that covers the operations of a motor carrier when they are in a dock. Say they are loading or unloading. Any injuries or anything that can happen when a vehicle is being unloaded or being loaded is not necessarily an accident that will happen when that trucker is on the road. These are events happening at point A or point B, and not necessarily in between or in transit. And so a forklift could cause an accident. I've seen instances where the doors are open and cargo falls on the driver or falls on the workers who are working. And so anything that can happen to the trucking operations when the truck is not in motion and it is in a depot, it is in a warehouse, it is in a dock, is typically covered by general liability. And the limits for that are $1 million or $2 million aggregate.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So then what do we do with workers' compensation insurance?
Workers' compensation insurance covers employees when they are working for an employer. So if a driver is working for an employer and they get injured on the job, then typically they will be covered by a workers' comp insurance type of coverage. And that is not just specific to the trucking industry, but for all industries. If somebody gets injured when they are working on their job requirements, then the workers' comp takes care of those requirements. So that is trucking insurance in a nutshell.
Okay, well, you've answered our questions on insurance today, and we'd like to thank you for your time, Stephen.
You're absolutely welcome, Peggy.
If y'all have any questions or need anything answered, please feel free to contact us at Exellion Group.
Wonderful. Let me say that if you're trying to get insurance coverage, there's a lot of confusion. We see a lot of people purchasing one type of coverage, thinking that they're covered for all their insurance needs, or not being aware that there are some insurance exposures. That is the reason why we are here, so that we can unscramble the mess or sort out the confusion, so that people can know exactly what they're buying and what coverage they are obtaining. If you're looking for insurance, get in touch with us. Our phone number is 469-671-6672. We also have another number, 469-671-7552. And we also have a toll-free number, 1-866-855-5505, or you can reach us on our website, www.exelliongroup.com. Can contact us on our social media handles. Basically, we are available for you anytime, anywhere, to take care of your commercial trucking needs. Thank you for having us, Miss Peggy.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, and have a good one.
That's